Hey guys, welcome back. Woodworking here. Gonna be playing a solo queue ranked game on my Smurf. This account's at POA Gold right now, and gonna be answering some questions you guys asked in my last Talkie video. In the meantime, trying to manage both. So let's get a game started, and I'll start answering questions. Electrolysis Gaming said, I can't believe that's your second account, referring to my woodworking on YouTube account that I did the box opening on. That's actually my third account. So my main is woodworking, and then I'm on this one, recliner, is my second one. And then the one that I did the box opening on is my third. Israel Perez said, hey Woodworking, I want to get to hotness by solo queuing, but somehow I'm always with toxic teammates. Any tips for solo queue? As I've told you guys in the past, my best tip about solo queue is not to do it. But if you must solo queue, try not to feed into the toxic players. If somebody's going to be toxic, just worry about doing the best you can do in the game. And sometimes you can turn people around. Like, if they start to feel like your team has a chance, they may get back into it. Another thing you can do is just be really open to what role you want to play. Either that, or if you're like me and you really only main one role, and that's the only role you're good at, if somebody else tries to take that role, just dodge the draft or dodge the lobby. If you're not drafting yet, like you wouldn't be if you're hotness. Actually, I think, is hotness when drafting starts? What's hotness, tier 7? Yeah, it is. Okay, so if you don't get what you want in the draft, the role you want in the draft, just dodge. Give yourself, if you're really trying to rank up solo queuing, give yourself the best chance you can. Same thing if somebody locks in something absolutely retarded, like both people lock in carry, then they do like Saw Ringo, you're probably not going to win that game. So don't even finish out the lobby. Just give it another try with some other people. How many wins do I have? So this account has 612. My third account has like 40 or 50, something like that, and then my main has 1,500, so about 2,300 wins or so. Shi Yen Vang asked that question. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it. Samuel Zion asked, as this queue takes forever, of course, who is the meta jungle, lane, and roam? And a lot of people ask this question, who's the best right now, that kind of thing. So let me start with the roams, because that's what I know best. Lance and Arden are definitely top tier roamers, the two best right now. I do feel like Arden's a little stronger, but I feel like Lance is better against more comps. So although Arden's stronger individually in the games he does play, because of Lance's versatility, I think I'd put him a little higher up. But they nerfed every other good roam and buffed Arden with the range on his Vanguard, so I think he is top tier right now. As for junglers, Petal's really good. Sky's always a good choice. Alpha's really strong this patch. I think Alpha might actually be the strongest jungler. Cruel in certain situations, like we've been running into double heal with Cruel, it's brutal. Even with a poison shiv, we've been getting wrecked by double heal. So much so that we've actually started banning or first picking Adagio. And then laners, Vox, Ringo, the strongest laners right now. At least that's what I'm seeing at my tier VG. For Crystal Power, CP Ringo's not bad. I don't think he's the strongest. I think Crystal Power Adagio is actually the strongest Crystal Power laner right now. Celeste isn't bad. She hasn't played as much, but when she is played and somebody knows how to play her, she does work. And Scarf's in a pretty good spot right now, too. So that gives you a couple choices at each position. Oh, what's up, everybody in the stream? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Finally got into a lobby here. Alright, nice. Looks like I get to roam. Grab Arden. I don't like the enemy team to have Arden and Vox together. It's a brutal combo. Why don't you just grab me fucking Arden? Solo queue. Oh, there he goes. Alright, let's try to get another question in before this game starts. Any way to record Vainglory Kindle from the Kindle? I don't know. Guess that's a good question. I haven't had a Kindle since the very first Kindle Fire came out. I don't know. I don't know if they have HDMI out for the Kindles these days. And I also don't know if they have the record feature in game, which is what I use to record most of my games for like the gameplay breakdowns and stuff like that. I guess I probably should have looked at these questions beforehand. Take a break from questions while I play the first 2 minutes of this game because it requires too much concentration. One thing I want to mention as we get into this game is we've actually had a lot of success, just all three of us when we're on the team together, going to lane. So going up here into their mustache bush. If you all three rush there, you can often catch the carry out, just walking up into the mustache bush. We've had a lot of success with it. 100% of the time, it works 10% of the time. Sorry, not paying attention here. That was a wasted Vanguard. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. Fox is attacking me, and Gwen is farming. That's fun. I actually could have done a lot of work on Catherine there. Catherine's really weak early game. Dude, wow. Attacks the small minion as the big minion's getting turret shattered. Pro. Alright, the game's settled down a little bit. I'm gonna take this opportunity to go buy some stuff because lane's pushed. Wait for a minute. Get our kinetic shield. So win conditions for us for this game is Kestrel not getting jumped on by glaive, and us being able to poke, and then me blocking Catherine's silence, and then also being able to Atlas box. If those things can happen, I think we'll be all right this game. I'll go grab the XP and gold for the Elder. Nice. And that's what happens when you leave the lane for a millisecond as a roam. Carry just gets completely wrecked. Alright, let's look at another question here. How can we get epic keys for free-to-play players? Ankita Shinha asked that question. I don't think you can. I mean, there's got to be some benefit to spending money on the game, right? As a developer, you want to incentivize people paying for this game you put all this hard work into. And Vainglory does a really good job of not giving people advantages. Like you can't pay to win in this game, for sure. So yeah, there's no way for you to get an epic key as far as I'm aware of. I know you can get the, well, I don't know. Is epic the lesser one or is rare that lesser one? Whichever the lesser one is, I know you can get it from boxes you open for guild rewards and whatnot. Nice, good job, Kestrel. Oh, that was so nice. Kind of lucky, but nice. Only way is through contests, Internal says. Good point. You can get them through contests too. Vainglory runs a lot of contests on their Twitter page. How's the CS looking? 48. Jungle's doing a little better on our side, and lane's doing a little better on their side. Go grab the fountain. And I'm going to rush Crucible, which is what I usually do when there's a Catherine. Even though I really need an Atlas too. Sorry about this, guys. I need to edit one thing real quick so I don't get any lag. There we go. Easy money. And that little logo you see next to my head, this one, is our new team logo. I spent embarrassingly long time making it. And you can't see it very well, but it's got two T's at the top, and then the the empty part of the T's makes an M and a W for Team Tinker, and then Master Chief and Woodworking. It's the basic negative space design. Take a look at another question. Probably a horrible time. Is Adagio Roam really viable in solo queue, or do we always go Lyra as healer? Swad Ahmed asked that question. I think Adagio is a better, at least for my playstyle, Adagio is a better roamer than Lyra right now. I know the pros probably don't think so, but I prefer the way he plays. He's tankier than Lyra. Your fountain's out. This is actually a good time for us to fight. Okay, or she could do that. Awesome. Can we fight or no? Alright, cool. They all have less than 15% health and one's scared. But yeah, so I prefer Adagio Roam, and I think Adagio Roam's actually viable. And I have a feeling, this isn't confirmed, I don't have insider information or anything, but I think 2 bans is coming down the pipeline. 2 banned heroes. So, like right now, I told you that Lance and Arden are the strongest roamers. Well, there's a good chance they're both going to get banned if there's 2 bans on each side. So, I've been focusing on playing more roams than I have in the past. The thing that's hard to balance with Adagio is using your ult effectively. Like, it does take a long time to channel. This is a really good fight for us. We need to fight. Dude, Gwen, where's Kestrel? Holy shit. Wow. Alrighty then. There we go. Come on. There you go. Well, we got something for winning that fight. 1 mid. But Lyra and Adagio both actually have really good early game poke in the lane, and since that's where laners spend most of their time these days, they can really put the enemy laner behind on CS by just constantly pushing the lane into them. Alright, another question. Building towards Atlas, we're winning fights. I think Cass silenced that fight, but she was so far behind me that I didn't even see it because my teammates are so scared. Yes! Glimmer shot the bubble. That's how you win. Pointless silence. Come on. Positioning's so bad, dude. Help me help you. Alrighty then. And their Gwen built Tension Bow against tanky heroes. Alright. Mistakes were made. At least Gwen's building some defense. It's always nice to see as a roamer. Alex Emerson asked, "Wait, who are you?" Nobody. I am nobody. Irfan Jamal commented that I'm the luckiest person alive. If I was the luckiest person alive, I probably would have won a million ice during that box opening. But yeah, I am pretty lucky. I have a lot of good things glowing in my life. Mostly outside of Vainglory. But Vainglory's been very good to me too. I'm probably gonna go War Treads next. Nice. Ugh. My teammates cannot finish off a single kill. This is so frustrating. Glaive literally has to walk into their lap for them to finish it off. We should get gold mine. We can get gold mine if we go now. If fucking Kestrel helps us at all, we could have anyway. Nice. Sneaky Catherine play. Alright. Missing glimmer shots on minions that aren't moving. Good job. Alright. Irfan Jamal asked another question. It's a multi-part question. Nice silence. I didn't even see that one. Come on, Kestrel. This drives me crazy. I keep them all under turret, and you only fire one glimmer shot and then run away. Okay. Alright, so Irfan Jamal asked how to counter the following heroes. Flicker. Flicker must just be wrecking people at lower tiers. I don't get it. How do you counter Flicker? You counter Flicker with vision, and the cheapest way when you need to buy a bunch of vision to do so is by contraption. By contraption, anticipate where Flicker's going to be, and put down as many mines as you can. See, all this would be great vision versus Flicker by the enemy team. And we have the CP Kestrel, so that's why they're buying so much vision. But another thing that's really helpful that I guess a lot of people don't know is, okay, so see how I'm in this bush right now? And my name kind of lowers the opacity on it? If Flicker was invisible and came into this bush, my name would go the color it is now, like fully bright. So even though I couldn't see her, you can look at your name and know Flicker's in that bush. So early game, when you can't buy a lot of vision, that's a good way to know. Cath wasted her silence is actually a good fight for us. They're both hat list. Let's go. Oh god. Alright. My teammates are bad. I gave you everything. Like, there's no silence, there's no nothing, and they can't. The whole enemy team is less than half health, and my teammates can't put out enough damage to kill anybody and just get wrecked. That's not a roam problem. I'm doing my job. The next hero Irfan asked about is CP Jewel. CP Jewel, lately they're building Echo. The best way to counter them is Slumbering Husk. If you build Slumbering Husk, you can sit there and take the entirety of Jewel's ult, one of them, and you won't die. So you basically nerf, even if she has Echo, you nerf 50% of her damage doing that. And then you should have time to respawn and kill her. Catherine's a really good counter to CP Jewel. She can stun her out of the ult, and her bubble actually does work. There you go. Okay. There we go. It was a really good fight for us. Okay, I'm gonna start this because this is ridiculous. And we've got an AFK. Good time. This is horrible. Of all the times to go AFK. What is the next hero? He asked about Samuel. Samuel's difficult. I think Samuel's in a really good spot right now, and I don't think I mentioned him during the jungler thing, but he's up there. The problem with Samuel, at least if he's on your team, is he has this glitch where sometimes Malice and Verdict does not fire. When Master Chief plays him, he used to really love Samuel last patch, but I would say like 1 out of 5 times his Malice and Verdict won't fire. Alright, cool. Thanks for going AFK there, costing us the win. Really appreciate it. But yeah, so how do you counter Samuel? Jump on him. Samuel's whole kit is designed to kite, right? He gets jumped on, or he moves forward while putting his drifting dart down and then dropping Malice and Verdict bombs on your whole team. Like, that's his whole kit, right? I've been really bad at blocking silences this game. It hasn't really cost us much, though. Apparently I can't talk and block silences. Can we fight, for fuck's sake? Alright. Okay. My job is to keep my teammates alive. My carry and jungler's job is to kill people. I'm doing my job. They're not doing their job. Wow, I have a lot of gold. Talking too much. No way it's not going to do too much. Let's get contraption. Contraption, and then we'll grab Stormguard. Alright. I'll kill people. Petal. Someone asked about Petal. So the heroes that counter Petal are in order. Lance. Lance is Petal's biggest counter. His heroic perk just tears through minions, and then late game, when it takes him a little bit longer to kill them, He can push them and stun them when they're jumping on his carries. Got it that time. We gotta fight though. They're both Atlas. Double stun. What more do you guys want me to do here, honestly? They're so scared. Kestrel still doesn't have defense. That's why she's scared. They keep attacking Catherine. That's not how you win games. Focusing the roam is not a winning strategy. But yeah, so Lance, and then the next two are Jewel and Vox. Specifically CP Vox. Jewel's Thunderstrike tears through Munions, and then she can also jump to close the gap on Petal after Petal jumps. And then her ult also tears through Munions, so Weapon Power Jewel's in a really good spot right now anyway. Jewel's a good choice. Wow, they just let us have that. Okay. And then who else did you ask about? CP Blackfeather. So CP Blackfeather is more of a sustain type damage. Late game he could be pretty bursty, but it doesn't come, like, his damage does come in bursts, but he doesn't do like a whole hero worth of damage in one burst. Atlas is really good against CP Blackfeather. Oh, she stunned me out of it. Nice. Atlas, all three. Nice. Can we kill somebody? Jesus. Both Atlas again. Dude, my Atlases have been ridiculous this game. You would think being a glass cannon as Kestrel, you'd be able to kill people. But she has 3 kills in this 25-minute game. Steal some farm, I guess. Wow, these are fat. Who else did you ask about? CP Blackfeather. Earfun also asked, in terms of items as well as playstyle, maybe some recommendations for heroes to counter them. I think I answered most of those questions. I gave you items and heroes. Min Quang Tran said, I feel like you're the philosopher of Vainglory. Thanks, man. I will take that as a compliment. I think it was meant as one. Kaj W asked, how would you build captain if your team is falling behind, not pulling their weight? Like this game, if the situation is salvageable. Okay, so what happens a lot of times this patch is that your jungler will get just absolutely decimated in jungle, right? They're not being able to get farm, they're being pressured a lot. So you should still build normally, but one thing you can do that really helps, oh Jesus. Okay, that could have gone worse, I guess. Okay, Kestrel just killed Gwen, nice. I'm in trouble because they killed their crystal miner. Should delay as long as possible, which isn't long at all. Alright, so don't do that. When you get ambushed, don't both go 2 different ways. That was really bad. If my teammates would have stayed with me, Because all my items, right? All my items affect both teammates. If my teammates would have stayed with me, I could have used all my items on them and we would have been fine. Because we're fighting with our crystal miner, so it would have been 4v3. But instead, they both go different directions, get slowly taken out. Kestrel fires 4 glimmer shots into cast bubble, kills Gwen. I don't know. I didn't play super well that game. I missed like every cast silence block except for 1 or 2. But I'm not the reason we lost. For the most part, I was keeping my carries alive and they weren't killing anybody. Like, look at Vox. Vox died once because they were always focusing Catherine. And the only reason Glaive died 4 times is because he would use his afterburn and get stuck on our side. Like, he would dive too deep and they'd kill him. But if he would have been back with Vox, no way they would have killed him that much. Yeah. Apparently I can't talk and play. Today I learned. We'll do another one. This is actually going way longer than I thought it would. But it's going good. Lee Zing Chen said more gameplay breakdowns. They're coming, dude. I really don't have a lot of time to make videos. Wow, Paul Baumler asked a bunch of questions. How does SEMC support you? I've seen that Rumbly, Ben Tim, Commander Alex, and Demon Pair sometimes get ice as well. So SEMC put all the ice on my account that I used to open those chests. They've featured my videos in game a couple times, and they've done a couple tweets for me. How old are you? I'm in my lower 30s, we'll say. Are you on NA server? Yes, I am. What's your favorite pro player? He's not a pro player anymore. He's a coach, but Fuji's my absolute most favorite person. He used to be a pro, I guess. He's so well spoken. The things he says actually matter. He has really good insight, like not just even like at a individual game level, but Vainglory's direction, challenges they're going to face, what he thinks solutions are to them. I really appreciate his insight. So definitely Fuji. What's your favorite skin? Snow Monster Jewel definitely is my favorite. I really like the Arden, Gladiator Arden. I think that's a cool skin. And before they started doing all the newer, better skins, I really liked Tier 3 Finn. How much money did you spend on Vainglory? Probably $250, I would guess. Maybe close to $3. What is your favorite update? Yeah, I don't like... What is your favorite update? I don't like 2.0 or 2.1. Echo is too OP on CP Jewel. I'll disagree with that last sentence. I don't think CP Jewel is in a good spot at all right now. I think Slumbering Husk nerfed anything good she had going. I didn't like 2.0, 2.1, especially 2.1, because 2.1 nerfed roamers. Like, they compacted all the items together. And even when I am paying attention, I have a lot more trouble crucibling this patch than I have in the past couple, because I can't, like, my fingers are too fat to hit buttons that are that tiny and that compact when I need to. I really liked the patch that they did Worlds on. I don't know what that was, 1 point whatever. And then a while back when Finn was super OP and got a pull like every 12 seconds, I really, really liked that patch. I enjoyed playing Finn. Really fun times as a roamer. Have you ever mained another position? No, I have never mained another position. My personality just kind of fits roaming, so I think that's that, and nobody wanted to roam, so I kind of got forced into it. is what made me gravitate towards roaming. Noob asked in stream, can I use my Twitch Prime subscription on you? Thanks, dude, but no, you can't. I'm not partnered. Might apply in the near future, though, using my YouTube channel as a catalyst. We'll see. Thanks for those questions, Paul. Those were good questions. Aviz Kernia asked how to counter Finn and Saw strat. I don't see that strat at my tier. I'm assuming weapon power Saw and Finn just gives them fortified health and pulls people in and then peels for Saw. You counter weapon power Saw with Atlas and then locking him down, making him not be able to move. I'm down for an Adagio ban. Who am I playing with? I don't recognize these names. And then Finn, if you block pull, Finn's not that great of a roamer. A really big part of his kit is his pull. I know, easy to say, hard to do, but that's the truth. There's no easy way around it. Another good thing you could do against Finn is pick ranged heroes that can build stacks on him. He's really easy to build Breaking Point and Broken Mist stacks on. That's a good thing to do against Finn. Which should Captain worry about more? The carry or the jungler? Raka Adiza Putra asked that question. It depends. If I had to just give a general answer, I'd say the carry. The carry is usually the one doing more damage. But depending how much defense the enemy team buys for like your carry, like say they itemize really defensively against your carry, or your carry is just getting deleted every game or every fight, and you can't really figure out what to do about it, then you can focus more on your jungler. But both is the real answer. Alright, really long question here by Dame Merez. I almost got all the heroes. I'm missing about 7. This is my first MOBA, literally. God, you guys gotta use punctuation, man. This is hard to read. Stuck at tier 6, but when I party up with my guild, we usually win, so I think it's a matter of having a full team, coordination, and skill. I want to reach VG. Alright, start with our mid. I want to reach VG. I'd say I'm good with Taka as a main. Ugh. People that main Taka. He's so outdated now, I don't think, and dab with almost every other hero. I don't know what that means. Dab? Is dab a adjective? I thought it was a verb. And dab with almost every other hero. What? Oh, interesting. It started with Afterburn. That was a good time to Afterburn. God, this is a really long question. Where's the question? It's hard to tell because there's no punctuation. Worth? Probably not, actually. I've been roaming a lot, especially since your videos. Notice you haven't got much Adagio tips. I recently got him and I'd like to know how to use him more effectively. Adagio has a really high skill cap. Damer is. Learn how his heroic purse works, especially with his gift of fire. It's really confusing at first. It's not like any other hero. He gets energy from heroes that he's put burn down on, taking damage, but he can be a really good roam. He's got a lot of CC that you don't expect him to have. When he uses Gift of Fire on himself and burns enemy teams by healing himself, they're slowed. So that can be a really powerful CC ability. The only Adagio video I have is one of the videos I did. Let me look it up. One of the videos I did, I had an Adagio video playing in the background while I was talking. Let me find it. I don't really tell you what I'm doing, but if you're looking for somebody who's playing Adagio relatively well, Adagio is not my best hero, but if you're looking for that, it's a good video. Was it my How to Get Better at Vainglory video?
Hey guys, welcome back.
Yeah, so my How to Get Better at Vainglory video, I'm playing Adagio the whole video. So that could be a good resource for you to start with. I will start putting out how-to videos on other heroes. It's just, they're not meta, I don't use them very often, and I don't always record my games, so it just doesn't come up often enough for me to grab a video of it to be able to do it for you guys. Dawn asks, what rotation should late game hero like Blackfeather do in the jungle? That was really bad. I'm not paying attention to the game. Oh well. So late game, if possible, late game, your whole team should rotate together. If you're talking late game, like everybody has 3 or 4 items, unless you know where the enemy team, or know where the enemy team is, or know where they aren't, like you have a bunch of vision on the entrance to your jungle, so you know that they're not going to be in your jungle, you should be with your team, looking for a fight and looking to gain advantages off of a fight. That's general advice. Obviously, there's a lot more I could say, but it's dependent on what's happening in that game. Jean-Luc Gateau asks, I've heard that Leon has entered Team Secret and Palmatoro and Cavalifar have left. Do you know who's the third man on the team? I don't. I think Cavalifar is still the laner for that team, though. So I think it's... I could be wrong. Could be really wrong. I'm not super up to date on pro circuit stuff. It was a really good fight for us. But yeah, so I think it's Mowgli, Roam, Leon Jungle, and Cavalifar Lane. Could be wrong about that. Not sure. But I know Mowgli is definitely roaming for Leon. I'm dead. Yuvam Yudav asked, well, first he says, hey, you make awesome videos, never stop. Thanks, dude. Wanted to ask, weapon power build for Alpha. Alpha is actually one of those heroes that I think works best kind of tanky. So 3 offensive items and 2 defensive items and boots. Look at Pedal doing work. Nice, dude. Okay, so weapon power builds for Alpha. Breaking Point, Sorrow Blade, and then the rest is situational. You could either go crit, they build a lot of defense, you could go Bonesaw. If you're having trouble sustaining, you could even throw a Serpent's Mask in there. But Breaking Point, Sorrow Blade for sure. Right. Thanks for the question, though, and thanks for the kind comments. Appreciate it. Wow. Another really long question. But at least there's punctuation, so I'll read it. And Kit Sakur asks, or comments, hi, I have around 330 wins, and I am at tier 4 gold, and play like 3 games per night, more on weekends. I'm coming, dude. Why are you so fucking deep? Trying to read things here. I can't be playing the game. I'm being that solo queue, dude. I guess I am maybe tier 5 level, but I mostly get to do only solo queue. My main problem starts with the building. If I'm getting lost, I start to counter build, but get behind on gold. By the time I finish my armor or attack items, the enemy attains a major advantage. Please make a video on how to decide which items to build at what time for carry, jungler, and captain. Come on, come on, come on. I would appreciate it a lot. Again, thanks for the videos. Okay, so if you get that far behind, it's a good idea for a video, by the way, but if you get that far behind, the best thing you can do is build, like, turtle. Your team needs to turtle, right? Don't fight. Actively run away from fights until you can get your itemization closer to the enemy team. I'll give you an example. Let's say the enemy team has 2 items and you have 1 item. You're a carry, and the enemy carry has like Breaking Point, Terrence Monocle, and you only have Sorrow Blade. Well, he's twice as good twice as powerful as you at that point. This is oversimplified, but it makes a good point. He's twice as powerful as you at that point. If you wait, you're still going to be behind, but then let's say you have, this is really bad. Baron! Baron! Nice. Yeah, I could probably finish this off. So the longer you turtle, the more even you become with the enemy, right? So take that further. Enemy gets 4 items, you have 3 items. You're even at a better position to trade with that enemy team. Um, you're still not ahead, but you give yourself better odds. You just keep delaying fights until you can become more even with them. How do you turtle? You turtle by freezing lane. Like I said, actively choosing not to fight, running away from fights. Concede, your fronts or even your fronts and your mid, and always take your backs. Do something like that if it prevents you from fighting. And eventually you will get to the point where, with proper positioning, you can win a fight. But it's a good idea for a video. I might do that. Probably not like just a how-to video, but if a game is going that way, I'll throw it in. This is really bad. It's actually going really well considering I'm not paying attention. I don't know why pedal jumped forward there. Okay, you guys are throwing. We're done. Probably should have hit Warchids there, but I don't know why my enemy team's doing that shit anyway. Pretty in Pink asks, can you do a quick tutorial of sorts of reflex blocking for Celeste and Cath ults, or any other tips you may have? Crucible video is very high on my priority list. It's just a lot of work, so I don't know what to say other than it's coming, but it's not done yet. I've written about half the script for it, but it's not there yet. Keep scrolling. How to improve team synergy? Eduardo Meji asks, how to improve team synergy? You just need to play together, and don't just play together to play together. Like, I guess that's kind of helpful, but we're getting wrecked by Vox right now. Our positioning's horrible. Fortunately, it's good positioning for Baron. We can get Kraken, probably. Yeah. What do you think I'm doing? Okay, good time for me to read. So how to improve team synergy. When you play games, first of all, record them if you can. If you have a phone that allows you to record games the way I do, record your games and watch them over. You'll learn so much about your positioning, and maybe you think you're really good at fountaining, and then you watch it and realize you're either fountaining too early or too late. It helps a lot. But short of that, or if you don't have time for that, hold on a second. Need to pay attention here. If you don't have time for that, or just you don't have a phone that can do it, or a tablet that can do it, after games, talk about like things you did well, and even during games, talk about things you're going to do well or things you need to do, conditions for winning. Even just mentioning that stuff out loud can get it in everybody's head, and it kind of brings everybody together on the same page. And then another really good thing you can do, I'm going to assume you're using Discord. So that's step one if you aren't. They're all Atlas. Fountains down. Nice. This pedal's really good. Sweet and pale there. Really, really good pedal. But assuming you're on Discord, which you should be, if you're not, that's going to help team synergy a ton. But call out things as you see them. Like, talk too much. call out when you have an ult up, when the gold mine's full, when the Kraken's up, a minute till Kraken. Tell each other good job. Our newest team member, Tinker, he's really good about that. He tells us we did a good job. Nice and pale, nice fountain. Like he makes it a point to like compliment us, and it builds camaraderie. It's nice to hear it, and he's not just saying it to say it. Like he's actually saying it about stuff we're doing in game. So it's really nice to hear. But not just compliments. It's, hey, if you're playing Finn, I'm about to hook them. Get ready to attack, that kind of thing. Christopher Rainwater asks, Woodworking, a long time ago, Shinkagen did a solo queue advice video series and explained how to do it effectively while playing. Can you do a similar thing since your Smurf is fairly low? Show how to climb and how difficult it is, even for a high tier player. See, the problem for me is I don't have hero range like Shinkagen does. I don't play carry and jungle that well. I'm a decent jungler, but only with certain heroes. So I'm always going to gravitate towards roam, and I know this is going to sound self-serving, but it's really hard to carry your team as a roam because I can keep them alive, but if they're not doing, like you saw in the first game of this video, I can keep them alive, but if they're not doing damage, my job is to keep them alive. Their job is to do damage. If I'm doing my job, if they're not doing their job, we're going to lose no matter what. So those two things will probably make me not do a video series on it. Also, I just suggest people don't solo queue. So making a video on how to do it is kind of anti my suggestion. Hashbeal said, I take CP Saw as a huge threat to my team, and as Lance roam, he shreds me and my team. Any tips against CP Saw? Well, you're playing literally the best roam against CP Saw. You need to work on your reaction time with your Githyan wall. So CP Saw's best ability is his roadie run, right? So when he's running at your team, you need to work on your reaction time to push him away. If you push a CP Saw off of his course when he's running at your teammates, he won't, like his roadie run doesn't last that long, and he won't be able to get it off. And then your impale is huge. The best way to beat CP Saw is to lock him down, jump him, and delete him, because he really doesn't have that much health. Another thing you can do is stun him after he uses roadie run. So like, say he's running at your teammate, and you're in front of your teammate, which you should be if you're frontlining. Your teammate's behind you. Try to stun Saw as he's rolling out of his roadie run. Like he already hit the ability, he's rolling out of it, stun him into a wall or something, so your teammates can attack him there. Because he's really immobile after he uses roadie run. But if you don't have Lance, anybody that has CC is really good. So Arden, right? I said he was the other best roam right now. A lot of people think of CC as just towards the enemy. Crowd control works either way. There's friendly crowd control too. So Vanguard obviously gives your teammate a speed boost. Use it when Saw's getting close with roadie run. Don't use it the moment roadie run starts and Saw starts running over, because he'll just pull off. If you use it when like he's, let's say, 4 meters away from your hero, you'll slow Saw, and you'll get your teammate out in time so that they can run away, and then Saw will be stuck there, right? He won't get the extra benefit of roadie run, or he'll use his roadie run on you, which either way, that's good for you. Sparkly Butts asks, woodworking. I think I'm decent with carry heroes and jungle heroes, but how would you go with captain heroes? I don't know how to play them all. Well, that's pretty much the point of my whole channel, short of the how-to videos. So, watch my videos, I guess. But general advice, I would say, so the biggest problem I find that carry role people have okay. People that play carry roles that are trying to learn how to play roam is twofold. They're not selfless, right? They're very concerned about protecting themselves, keeping themselves alive, which is the opposite of what you should be doing as roam. And then they tend to backline, right? They don't want to be in the front because all the positioning they've ever practiced is playing behind their team. So if you really can't get that out of your head, practice with backline roams. Adagio, Lyra, those type of roams are a good transition because you can position where you're used to positioning. But yeah, being selfless is a huge part of it. Can you please tell me I can ever get Night Shadow Taka? And can you also give me 199 ice, please? I am poor and I can't afford to buy the ice. Lord Savage asked that question. No. Angar Bimo Prima Bodo said Banyak Bako. Right back at you, buddy. Kraken the Slasher, not Kraken, Kraken, said, so sometimes in game I end up having a slight lead, but every single time, can't keep the lead, and more often than not I lose. How do I maintain the lead advantage? Wait, so you're captaining and you first pick glaive? What? This is going to be a weird game, but whatever. I'm almost done with this. So, you maintain the advantage by starving your enemy team from CS. You're not going to swap. Dick. He's not going to build captain either. He's going to build like a bunch of cooldown on glaive and maybe a fountain. Calling it already. I don't know why I didn't just dodge. I wasn't paying attention. And then a big part of maintaining the advantage, both by starving out the enemy team, is not overextending. Like, especially now that kills are worth so much, don't let them back into the game by giving up frivolous kills for CS. Once you have an advantage, work to maintain it by picking the right fights. And then watch my video on, God, I don't know what I'm building. Crystal? Right. I can do that. I don't know, that's, most my gameplay breakdowns are games we won, so watch what we do with the advantage. That'll give you specific examples of how to do it. Nice. Glaive just took that. Oh no, I get it. All right. Mine? Do you think CP Taka is better than weapon power Taka? Yes, yes I do. Although with Stormcrown, which you're probably going to build on either mode, I think Taka can be really brutal, especially if the enemy team doesn't know how to play against him. Vainkiller asks, "Yo, bro, would it be possible for you to include me in your videos? My friend told me that it would be a good idea to get involved with you." Nice. Not looking for fame or anything, any type of credit at all. I just wanted the experience. Making videos, I'm an NA server. Please contact me. No. Where are my friends? Hmm. It's harder for me to pay attention to this when I'm jungling. Hey, I would like to know what you think the most underrated / weak hero is and how to fix them. Also, I would like to main Alpha, but I'm not very good at her. Do you have any experience with Alpha or any tips that I should know in general for CP Jungle? Well, look, I'm playing CP Jungle Alpha right as I read that question. Also, I have an idea for a video series you can do every month. You could make a video talking about the. I guess he forgot to write the rest of that. Yeah, so CP Alpha. Be super aggressive. The ones that are good against us are super aggressive and almost seem to overextend but somehow stay alive. If you don't know how our basic kit works, you build stacks with your B and then you use your A. So try not to engage with your A unless you absolutely have to. You want to have, you can see in the top left of my screen, I have 2 stacks right now. Now I have 3. Now I use my A. And basically what it does is not cost me health to do that. But that's good general advice on how to use her. I don't play her very often. Probably like the less than 10th time I've ever played Alpha, including Battle Royales. Alright, so probably a little overextending there, but I killed their carry and it allows us to pressure their turret, which is good. Daniel Palmer asked that last question, by the way. Sorry, I don't think I said that. Aaron Rosas says, "Do you know any off-meta, unusual captain heroes in the current update? I really like to try something out different for a change and spice it up a little bit. That's something I'll do if I get bored or if I almost never play casuals, but if I do play one, that's something I'll give a try. Kashka and Glaive can be really good off-meta roamers. Kashka just build a crystal bit and like a iron guard first buy. Let me guess, Glaive's built nothing. Yeah, he has a void battery. Thanks, bro. We don't need fountain. Definitely get yourself a void battery. like I said. Um, Glaive's my favorite non-roam hero to play as a roamer. All right, John asks some questions for you. Oh, he asked a bunch. Cool. Tips on solo queue gameplay. I've already answered questions like that a couple times this series, so I'll leave that one alone. Don't. My suggestion is don't. Fuck. Where's Glaive? Who knows? Building tier 2 boots. Good job roaming, dude. So when you roam Glaive, don't build like this guy. Crystal bits, hourglasses, void batteries. Like you're gonna need some type of cooldown, but doesn't mean you don't have to build roam items. If we get an actual team fight, we should be fine. But every fight has started as a 3v2 or 3v1. Alright, I'm going to start building a little tank now. Might even build a fountain since our glaive is not a roamer at all. Any advice on improving gameplay consistency? I'm stuck at hotness, but on a very good day I can pull my weight at POA. On a bad day, I'm one of the bad players in my tier. Okay, so this comes up a lot. Just because you could hang with POA players that one time doesn't mean you're a POA player. Ooh, I missed that. That was bad. I'll stay under turret though. POA players have bad days too. Vainglory players have bad days too. So yes, a hotness player with the right teammates can beat a POA player. It doesn't mean that the hotness player is POA level. It just means he had a good game and they had a bad game. Oh, I don't have reboot. It's probably a bad idea. Oh, I'm in trouble. It's actually a nice buddy blind. I almost have reboot. But yeah, just keep playing. That's general advice. You don't need to worry about being POA if you're hotness. Worry about being hotness gold and then SA bronze. You know, like, stop trying to skip steps. You'll get there. Just keep working on it. Is the gap between meta and bottom tier heroes shrinking? Are middling heroes more viable? Yeah, I would say this is probably the most balanced patch Vainglory has ever put out. They did a really good job. There's a lot of different viable comps, which is awesome. But they need it. They need it if they're going to do two bans, which they are pretty close to, I think. Like VIS did two bans, which is a tournament that all the pro teams competed in. Gas. Nice, glaive. Thanks, buddy. Are there any alternative uses for hero abilities you would recommend? For instance, Finn's abilities can also be used to slow down or stop a dive, effective depending. Some flares, because that's not a roam build, glaive. Sorry, buddy. Just let somebody else roam. You could have gone proc. You could have gone proc glaive. Wow, nothing. Vanguard OP. Fuck. Oh well. I did my job. Let's sell these. Actually, I need more CP. Where the hell did that question go? There. Yeah, there's alternative uses for all the abilities. Like anything that has any CC at all, like Finn's Quibble you mentioned, it slows before it's a stun, right? But you can use that to peel for your team. Anybody that has like a jump ability, like Lance's Roll or his Impale, you can get over walls with it. It's a great way to use that. Sorry, I'm not paying much attention. I normally don't have to jungle, so. Fuck. Why are they always fighting without me? So Glaive now has Aftershock and Clockwork. Good roam build, dude. Thanks for roaming. Pretty sure they're on low mine. Doing my best. I've got a question. I'm main Captain Flicker, but also good with about all the Captain heroes. I'm having an issue laying down sight. I followed your guide from 2.0 release, but they can never stay put. Also, I'm having issues with if I get vision, I can't carry my support stuff. If I get support stuff, I can't get my mines. So the three I've mentioned that go in the shop bush, the tri bush, and the lane bush, those are the minimum. You should try to maintain those, if nothing else. If you can do that, wow, Sky built ages for me. If you can do that, you'll be better off. But see, because you main Flicker, the enemy team's probably usually buying Contraption. So that's a big part of why you're having trouble maintaining vision, because they have endless vision. So you're constantly going to be fighting. And that's how most games are going to go, even if you're not Flicker. Like, you don't just get to put down vision once and then never have to buy it again. It's a constant battle. try to buy whatever items you can when you go to the shop, and then if you have 100 or more gold left over, buy 2 mines or 2 mines and 2 flares. Try to always keep vision on you. And minimum flares. Oh god, I'm dead. Worthless fucking roam. Just let me roam, dude. You can play glaive. But don't say you're gonna roam glaive and then not roam. I find that if I can't gain the early game advantage, I can't win. Because most people don't have the patience to turtle. I main roam Lance, and I have learned a lot from you, but what I can't surely gain. What can I do to surely gain the early game advantage? Also, I see that you always go fountain first. I wanted to ask how viable contraption was first against, say, flicker and casserole. Damn it, I missed my infuse. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, if they're going like triple invis or even double, I could see going contraption first. But you should be able to buy enough vision that you don't need to go contraption first. Use that tip I gave about being able to tell when flickers in your bush if you're already in it. Okay. You're a weapon power hero, dude. You're not doing any damage. You're 5 and 5. And you've got 4 items. Somebody is not pulling their weight. But the big problem is glaive. It's not Ringo. There goes my whole jungle. That's nice. What can you do to gain the early game advantage? The best thing you can do is look for a fight early, be super aggressive, and try to win an early fight. Specifically the first blood, and then snowball off of that. That's the best way to gain an early game advantage. And Lance is one of the strongest early game heroes, so he's the perfect guy to do it with. If you're solo queuing, I don't know how you convince your teammates to do that, but that's my advice. Nice. Alright. I'm actually down to surrender because this is fucking ridiculous.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question I heard.
Did I say Alexa? Really? Best captain. I already answered that. You say it took you 1,000 wins to get to VG, like that's a lot. I'm at 900 and I'm still stuck at credible threat silver. Yeah, I think I mentioned in that last video that like it's dependent on everybody, but I know people that have gotten to Vainglorious in less than 200 wins. So, I mean, technically we're way worse than that person. It's just, I don't know, stop comparing yourself to other people. This is good life advice too. Here's what we're working with some more good life advice. Stop comparing yourself to other people. I mentioned in the other video, be the best you can be. And I really do think that's a great way to look at the games. Like, if I compare myself to Wrecked, I'm always going to be a shitty roamer, right? But I'm never going to be Wrecked. I'm just going to be the best I can be. We're almost done with questions, so let me get through these. I'm not going to start another game yet. Do you ever get tired of roaming? I'm a captain main myself, but sometimes solo queue ranked rage, I start really wanting to carry and get stuff done. Don't get me wrong, I love supporting, but do you ever play other roles just for satisfaction? No. What I'll do is I'll play I'll play roams that aren't viable in like casual, or I'll ask my teammates to play blitz, or I'll just take a break and go play something else, or just watch a stream or something. So I'll play glaive roam, not like this retard that just played with me, where he says he's going to build roam and then doesn't build anything but fountain. Or I'll play Kashka's a really fun roam. If you're a main roam and you enjoy roaming, but you're getting burnt out, play Kashka. This is my best advice. Her kit's really fun to play, and she brings interesting challenges that you haven't had to deal with playing other heroes as roams. And her ult's really powerful as a roam item, being able to lock a hero down. And she can actually put a lot of lane pressure even with just one crystal bit. So that's my suggestion there. Give her a try if you're getting burnt out. It's a good thing to try. I don't know. I enjoy it. The one guy you kind of know but not really says, the cam in the corner is a nice touch, dude. Makes the videos more personal and interactive. Keep up the good work. I replied to him that I can't normally do this. That's why I'm doing it for the Talkie videos, because I'm just recording them live off the cusp. Like there's no... But like my gameplay breakdowns, when I do gameplay breakdowns, it's not like when other people do it. I don't just sit here and talk and say, and go through the video. I hate watching people's videos like that, because for 4 tidbits of useful information, you have to sit there and watch them just narrate what's happening on the screen. So when I make gameplay breakdown videos, I watch ahead of what's happening, go back, record audio of what I want to say, and then do the next blip. So it's like blip after blip. So if I did the camera, it'd constantly be coming in and out, and it would probably annoy you guys to see my video of that. So I'll never do it for that. I think getting educational content in that format is better for the gameplay breakdowns than seeing my ugly face in the corner. So it's not going to happen for most. I'll do it for the Talkie videos. I'm not ashamed of my ugly face. I'll show it to you. It just doesn't always work for what I'm trying to do. But thanks. Thanks for the feedback. Either way, I appreciate the feedback. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this Talkie video. Vanessa, slap of the bass. Slap of the follow, thank you. Yeah, that's going to do it for the video. People in the stream, I'm going to keep streaming for a little bit. But either way, thanks everybody for stopping by. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you guys on the fold.